Available at Red Dot in Gozile and Susie's Varieties in Bois de Wange and Vieux-Fort. Hi, my name is Shavani, and welcome to Meet 758 Entrepreneurs, where we get to see a diversity of products made right here in St. Lucia, and we meet the faces behind the products. Yeah, we're live on Facebook at Health Nutz, Nutz with a Z, and Instagram Health Nutz for You at Health Nutz for You, one word, number 4, letter U. Before we start, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Health Nutz, Ministry of Agriculture, MussBuss TV, and 411 Entertainment. Big thanks for helping us with this show. Okay, so today we have with us Jamie Serrier or Serrier Souskai.
Yep.
Welcome, Jamie.
Well, thank you, Shivani.
Okay. Thank you. I'd like to thank you for being with us, for sharing with us, and for sharing with St. Lucia, because every product we have made locally is a blessing as far as I'm concerned for us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. So tell us about yourself.
Oh, myself. Well, what can I say? Entrepreneur, restaurateur, and now manufacturer, I would say. This is actually my first product I'm going to do in the manufacturing line, because actually my first introduction into the whole entrepreneurship thing was with my family, where we had the Safa Louis cafeteria, where we did that for quite a number of years. I think maybe that's where mostly everybody in St. Lucia knows me from. I won't say how many years that has been going on for. It might give away my age. You know, but we did that for quite a number of years, and then I branched off from there, and I left and I did my own restaurant in town. That's on the chaussee for a couple of months. It was named GC's Restaurant. Wasn't my best foray into it because it didn't quite work out. I gathered a lot of experience from that time. And from there, I went on to operate the kitchen at JJ's. That's Caribbean Cocktails. A much more profitable and beneficial venture. And again, I did learn a lot. That's actually where the Souskai was first born. Souskai is not my idea. The name Souskai is actually a local name for the sauce that they use on, as far as I know, pork and fish. That's where I first came across it. And I started using it at my restaurant at Caribbean Cocktails. Yeah. And from there, like I said, I did Caribbean Cocktails for about 3 years. And from there, I did, I guess, a sidestep. I did insurance for about 2 years. A totally different thing, but again, more of a learning experience. I got to learn a lot more about people and better my interactions with people. You know, so, and until the whole COVID thing came about, and then, well, I guess everybody took a pause and a back step from there. And I actually got out of the insurance thing during the COVID. But the good that came out of it is actually what I like to consider my COVID, that's my nickname for it, my COVID baby. Because it was actually during that time period that, well, nobody was doing anything. That one of my friends, he had always been telling me that I should do it to sell, because we have a biker group, Android Bikers. And we shout out to Android Bikers. So we usually do barbecues and beach lines and stuff like that. And I'm the one doing the cooking, so I guess I would always do the sauce for the barbecue, for the grill, and stuff like that. And one of the guys would always tell me, I said, people will buy that if you bottle it and sell it, but I never really took him serious. And it was during the COVID time that things were really bad. And then he told me,
have a choice.
Yes, he convinced me. While I didn't have a choice, I was still kind of hesitant, but he convinced me to give it a go. He said, like, even though he alone will buy, even though it's 10, 15, whatever I do, he'll buy it and just for his family because they really like it. And that was my first time I actually did it with retail in mind. So shout out to Siobhan Morissette, Batman, aka Batman. Yeah, he really pushed me into it. So I have a big thanks to him for that. And like I said, I did it the first time, and then the first batch sold out, and the second time I did it again, that was about the same time during the Christmas time. And I think the Taiwanese were having a food fair in Constitution Park. Yeah, because my plan was to just find somewhere in town to sell it, you know. But when I got there, I realized something was going on. So they say everything happens for a reason, you know. So the same time I decided to go there, the time when it was having that there.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
And I think that's the same place I met you for the first time.
Yes, I remember.
Yes, so I did that for 2 days, and then the response from the public was fascinating.
Okay.
You know, because what I also did it for some. I didn't just go out to sell it. I set up a booth, and I did samples with both chicken, pork, and fish that I grilled at home, and I brought it in there, and then you would sample it, and if you like it, you would buy it.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's my first foray into it.
Okay. So let's talk about your Souskai. What is Souskai? For those
Who have no idea?
who has no idea what Souskai is, you know, for the first time, because the
Okay.
first time I heard of Souskai was when I met you.
Really?
Yes.
When people tell me that, I'm like, you're not St. Lucian, honestly. Okay, so like I said, it's a local thing, and it's basically, well, when I first tasted it, it had basic ingredients, as in I think it was garlic, onion, oil, vinegar, and salt.
Oh.
That's basic.
Okay.
You know, and the garlic taste in it was really strong. You know, I mean, it tasted nice, but it's not everybody that can handle that
The
strong garlic
yeah.
taste. You know, so, and I guess like I said, I usually tasted it when you go out buying pork or grilled fish. But at my restaurant, and that's at Caribbean Cocktails, that's why I concentrated more on grilling. So that's why I started using it. And I tasted it, when I did it, I never really liked the harsh garlic taste in it. So I kind of tempered down on the garlic and brought up the more onion. And I also added different ingredients to it.
Your secret.
I wouldn't say secret because it's all on the label, you know.
Okay.
So it's not really a secret.
Okay.
But again, there is a method to the madness, and the ingredients is not the only secret.
Okay.
You know?
Are you in touch with, let's say, farmers, or do you buy straight off the shelf? Or?
Well, for now, the volume I'm doing, I can get from the supermarkets for now.
Okay.
Yeah, because to go directly to the farmers, I guess I'm not at that volume as yet. You know, because again, the farmers, they would get it, send it to the supermarket. So if the supermarket doesn't have, that obviously means the farmers don't have.
Okay.
You know, so that's basically, we should agree, and that's the only thing, it's just a constant supply with the ingredients for now. But one other problem I have is the packaging. Is that I have this jar, like I said, I get them from SNS, but it doesn't seal, on its own, it doesn't seal as well as I would have liked it to. So right now I'm using a clear wrap to make it leak proof.
Okay.
You know, it's not the most elegant, but it's something I'm doing for now, because I'm working on sourcing food grade material that I can use. I mean, the clear wrap is food grade, but something that's a little more aesthetically pleasing.
Okay,
yeah,
understand.
so that's, and when I get that organized, then I'll be able to approach the supermarkets to go under the shelves.
Okay. So what is the shelf life like on your stuff? How do we store it? How do we?
Okay. Well, the thing about it is, when, like I said, when at the restaurant, when I used to make it at the restaurant, a batch wouldn't last a week. Like I do it today, in 3 days it's done. Okay. You know, so I'd always have to constantly making it. So it's only since I started doing it for retail that I've actually decided to monitor how long the shelf life is.
Okay.
And like I said, I have a batch there from the time I first started. That was like in November. Okay. And I keep monitoring it. It's in my fridge right now, and I keep monitoring it. And what I've come to notice is that it's like a pickle. You know, so it's just pickling. It's not going to go bad because of the vinegar and the oil. It actually doesn't go bad. It actually keeps getting better, to the point where a friend of mine told me he had his out on his kitchen counter, and it's like after weeks, it's just sitting there, and well, he's using it, and it hasn't gone bad, you know. So even to say it can stay out, the vinegar and the oil does act as a preservative for it.
Okay.
So, like I said, I've never come across a batch that said that went bad, you know. But again, I'm still monitoring it. But to make it official, then I guess you have to get it tested to make sure that it's still there. But as far as I can tell, it doesn't go bad.
Okay, that's good.
And one more thing is that you wouldn't even have a chance for it to go bad, because people eat that up so fast. There's so many different ways you could use it that I guarantee it's not gonna last 2 weeks in your fridge.
Okay. All right. I'll have to take you up with that challenge. Okay, so what drives you? What motivates you? What gets you going?
Well, that's I mean, the universal answer to that is my 2 kids.
Okay.
Because you have to do something, there has to be a reason that you do everything that you do.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess the prime one is my 2 beautiful kids, JC and Aiden. Yeah, they're 9 and 8 now. Yeah, so everything I do it for them. You know, but other than that, again, I want to have something out there. That's like I said, I've done the restaurant thing, but to say that is yours, that is something that you have done, you know, that's my little, hopefully I can drop the COVID baby, because the COVID has a certain negativity to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my baby, and then I'm really hoping and pushing to get it on the shelves in the very near future, you know. But for now, I'm just content in getting the marketing out there, letting everybody know that it's what it is and what exactly how good it is. So that's what I'm focusing on right now. So when I go to I say the food chains or whatever, that I can have some solid figures to show them that they don't have to think twice. On the taste, they don't, but on the numbers, you know, it's the numbers. They go on the numbers.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I have the numbers to show them what it is, there isn't even, I have the upper hand in the negotiations, like they say.
Okay. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know, you mentioned about, you know, dropping the COVID, you know, because you're COVID baby. Would you say? Well, I mean, you've stated that through COVID you started, so
Yes,
COVID
yes,
actually did a good thing for you. Looking around and seeing so many other entrepreneurs, so many other people starting a business, how would you say COVID, compare COVID to
normal time?
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
say, before the new normal?
Before the new normal, yeah.
Yeah. Again, it's how you handle a situation, but still, it depends on what your actual business model was. Because honestly, with this whole social distancing and cutting numbers as to with regards to your business, especially with regards to a restaurant business, I honestly have no idea how any restaurant could have survived this. Honestly, because like I said, I did restaurant for a number of years, and the backbone of a restaurant is your turnover, the amount of people you can have coming in, you know, and just something like a new branch of something of another restaurant opening in your area, depending on what it is, can cause your business to fail. So just imagine that during this COVID thing, everything, your numbers just dropped. I mean, to the point where you can close for months. You know, I don't know how anybody could have survived. I mean, even the cafeteria, like I said, my dad has a cafeteria up at the Southwest, and we've been closed since then. And in all honesty, I don't know how he's surviving it. You know, it's bad. It is really bad.
Yeah.
But a lot of people can think of new things and think out of the box, like they say. You know, but it's not an easy time. It's really not an easy time.
Yeah, it isn't. And I personally, I find it's amazing how people are so creative, especially in this time, you know, because the first thing you would think, me to start a business in a time like this, you know, nobody's buying, you know, no money.
Especially, and especially the thing about starting a new business, it depends on what type of business, because again, with manufacturing, there is a startup cost. And then when you have a startup, you have to, if it's a loan you take, you need to start making payments and stuff like that. So if that is where you go, if your business has a high startup cost, that's where I would not recommend somebody to go into any business with a high startup cost. In that, you know, something where you basically relying on your skill and minimal input. You know, because right now what I use there is just strictly the ingredients. I don't have no machinery, no storage, you know, because it's true, it's still on a small scale. But again, you start on a small scale and you see what the public feedback is like, and then you can see how you can scale up. You know, so this is the main thing, is just trying not to start too big and it doesn't catch on, because now you might have the most brilliant idea, but it doesn't catch on, or again, maybe a lockdown comes in, and then you don't know for how long, and then right away you're on the back foot. You know, so that's what I say. If you're gonna do something that's minimal startup, and then just feel your way through it.
Okay. So, if we want to get serious, Souskai,
Not if you want to get it, when
When.
you want to get it, because trust me, you want to get
Okay.
it. I mean,
When we want to make our order, we want to place our order, we want to get serious to Sky.
okay, well, the brilliant thing about it is, again, like I said, I'm not on any of the supermarket shelves as yet. I'm still doing my pop-ups, like say at the super at Gable Woods or at JQ Mall. I alternate the weekends when I go there.
Okay.
But actually, the best thing about what I do is that I do deliveries.
Okay.
You know, I'll do a free delivery to Castries, and maybe up north there's a slight fee. So you just call my number 485-6163.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my number, and you can either WhatsApp me or give me a call, and then we can liaise and see exactly where you are, and then I can deliver to you.
Okay.
You know.
So social media. Are you on
Oh yes,
social
I'm
media?
also on Facebook. Yes, I am on Facebook
Okay.
at Serious Souskai as my page, and also Jamie Serrier. So this is my name, Jamie Serrier, and Serious Souskai. That's my 2 pages on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Well, we'd like to thank you for joining us. You know, it was awesome. It was a good interview.
Thank you.
And look out for us. Look out for Meet 758 Entrepreneurs. We're going to be having more locals, more business owners, local business owners, showing off their products, telling you where they could find the products. I'd like to thank again our sponsors, Health Nutz, Ministry of Agriculture, MussBuss TV, and 411 Entertainment. We look forward to having you guys again as our guests. Go like our page and follow us and continue to support local. Thank you.